Good afternoon, Islanders. Jellybeans. Anyway, so I've had kind of a crazy week. For one, I've been suffering kind of a head cold that's only just gone away today. It's kind of sucked. The weather's been absolutely nuts, and Taylor was talking about this in her last video, but I mean, like last week we had, sunshine and everything, and last night and yesterday it stormed, it poured thunder and lightning, and it all froze this morning. It means that the roads were icy and I had to get out and scrape my car this morning, which I was hoping I would never have to do again this year, but oh well. Camera shift. This weekend I also suffered a computer disaster involving a bootloader and a partition table that decided to blow itself to pieces, which is of course not something that the average PC user or, Mac user, whatever encounter, but because I like to tinker with things, somehow I managed to wreck everything. Fortunately, I made a backup, and today I'm running off that backup. It all works, but it's just the Windows is kind of slow now, and whatever. I'll figure it out this week. I'm seriously eating a whole bag of these. I probably should stop sometime. Anyway, there's a few things I want to talk about today. One of them is a book I hate. First thing that came to my mind when I watched your video, Taylor, is The Red Badge of Courage. Absolutely terrible book about the Civil War and some kid going off to fight in the Civil War, and I don't know, some sort of symbolism, I think. And basically in 6th grade we took this reading test that determined our reading level or whatever, and then we had to pick a book from our reading level so we could read it and do tests on it. Being the slightly above average student that I was, my reading level was very high, and I had 2 books to choose from. I don't remember what the other one was, but it must have been worse than even the Red Badge of Courage, because I ended up choosing the Red Badge of Courage. Needless to say, I don't like Civil War literature anymore, and I really didn't like that teacher, though admittedly I didn't like her before she assigned that book. Secondly, Tumblr. Do you have one? If you don't know what it is, Tumblr is like a blogging platform. I think of it as kind of a cross between a hardcore blogging platform like WordPress and something like Twitter, because it's all about image posting or text posting or audio. You can pretty much post whatever you want. I mainly use Tumblr as a blogging platform because I like to write, and I mainly follow people that like to write. But you can also follow something like the F Yeah Nerd Fighters Tumblr, which reblogs pictures and stuff of Nerd Fighter related content, which is actually really cool. In choir, today and yesterday, we got our music for our coffee house performance. Coffee house is kind of a big deal. It helps raise money for the choir and band trip that we take every 3 years. Last year we went to Chicago, and it was really awesome. And it's not really a theater performance, but we do have a lot of choreography involved. This year we're kind of doing a jazz club thing, which is my kind of thing because I play tenor saxophone and I like jazz music. And we're also doing Phantom of the Opera stuff, which I've never actually seen, but I've listened to a little bit of Phantom of the Opera, and it's pretty cool. I'm excited because Coffee House always ends up being a lot of fun, and the students and parents both like it. Anyway, it's the end of the quarter, which means it's finals week over here, and I've got homework and stuff to do. I was also thinking when Taylor said she lived in Maine and Corey went to Seattle that I think that means that we have collaborators in all 3 major U.S. time zones. I will see Anna tomorrow.